Black Horseman here. Shout out to the ones catching the playback. This particular article I want to share with y'all on the WBC pretty much getting a cold shoulder from TKO boxing. But I want to share this with y'all, man. I'm doing this kind of early, so once again, shout out to the ones catching the playback. We're going to talk about the ultimate glazer in the sport of boxing, and that's none other than the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman. They are. It looks like the Riyadh season, the collaboration they have with the TKO, they are. It looks like they're trying to move in a different direction without the sanctioning bodies. And I don't know this for sure, but it's appearing to look that way based off this article. Um, the WBC president is complaining about not being involved in this upcoming event with Canelo and Crawford. Let me share that real quick. You know, so when you're not getting no action, then you want to make statues and stuff. But let me share this article with y'all, man. All right, this article came from Boxing Scene. Um, Says the new TKO boxing promotion ultimately hopes to award its own title belts. In the meantime, the group is giving all four sanctioning bodies the cold shoulder. Traditionally, representatives would award their four belts to the winner of Saturday night's undisputed super middleweight title fight between Canelo and Crawford. But the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, told Boxing Scene that he's not received communication from fight promoter TKO on a number of requests, including permission to deliver his belt to the winner. Um, Suleiman said all four sanctioning bodies are in such limbo, and while one official for TKO said that the matter may be resolved during fight week, it says Suleiman is miffed in seeking answers, saying, "I surely hope a resolution arrives." So, seems like it's pending. I don't know if they're going to involve the WBC and the other governing bodies for this bout or not. Let me see. The fact that the belts being contested for cannot be presented, it is in the rules and regulations. It is in the contracts. It is common practice worldwide, Suleiman said. He also states, how can you expect the best fighters in the world to compete for a championship when the rules are not respected and the official representatives? We're talking the four presidents of the four organizations are denied. It is completely unbelievable and unacceptable to think the presidents are not permitted to perform their duties. Says TKO funded heavily by Saudi Arabia's Turkey Al Sheikh and headed by UFC CEO Dana White, is moving to lobby Congress to alter long existing federal legislation that prohibits promoters from awarding fighters belts and ranking fighters, as TKO plans to do with its new organization that aims to launch next year. It talks about how the governing bodies have, what you call it, over the years have collected sanctioning fees. Says here in this paragraph, they're often subject to skepticism and ridicule for charging 3% fees for title fights and tweaking their rankings to suit the best interests of themselves or favored promoters. And it says, and now on a fight card, some see as the beginning of TKO's takeover of boxing, this friction has the potential of boiling over. Says on a Spanish language podcast, Suleiman insisted he will find his way to the ring. He says, you can have two security guards in that corner trying to take me out because I will enter that ring, he said. End quote from Mauricio. Well, not end quote, because he had a lot to say. It's crazy how Mauricio is very, very vocal about not being included with this situation. And he talks about rules and regulations and stuff. Ain't that interesting? Mauricio, of all people, talking about rules. It's in the rules and this, that, and the third. Anyway, he says, I have not spoken to Dana White. I sent him a letter a couple months ago and did not get a response. They appointed a person to communicate with the WBC, and he has not responded to that specific question. We always do a commemorative belt for May and September. We go above and beyond to help support the promotion. And at this moment, they haven't shown the courtesy of even replying to the situation. Suleiman stopped short of labeling this a mission statement by the new promotion to blackball the sanctioning bodies. It would be very irresponsible to deliver an opinion like that, he said. I'm just trying to respond to a factual matter. Says, I've requested countless times on the phone and in writing to confirm the credentials, the seating arrangement, and the protocol for the WBC to present the belt to the winner without response. He also states, I like to be positive and constructive and not to speculate on conspiracy theories. I am hopeful it is just a misunderstanding or their abundance of work. Hopefully, will be cleared. And I believe that is all that is stated for Mauricio. My humble opinion is I hope they don't be cleared. Let me get out of this screen. I honestly hope that the governing bodies are not cleared, man. I'm just, respectfully or disrespectfully, that's just coming from me. I don't see the benefit of having these governing bodies, man. They've done enough, man. I think they've collected enough fees. They've done enough to promote their brands and all that stuff. But when we talk about glazing, man, this has got to be at the top. Immediately, pretty much following this reports that Mauricio stated about being pretty much getting a cold shoulder and possibly being I don't know, blackballed or whatever, and removed from his TKO situation. You know, I think he from that situation now he shows up to the Riyadh events and presents this statue to the HE, Turkey Al Sheikh. He has the initials, His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh. This is just glazing on a different level, man. I understand that this guy, Mauricio, is obsessed with these commemorative belts because, you know, I get it, man. The guy's he wants to be able to put his brand in front of the camera every chance he gets. He wants to put his new belts and all that, and now he's creating statues. So I don't know. Maybe this is enough for His Excellency to accept Mauricio in the house now. Maybe is this good enough gift from Mauricio, a statue of Turkey Al Sheikh? Is this good enough for him to be able to include his belts in this mega event that's going to be you know um streamed on Netflix, man, in front of all millions and millions of homes, man. You know, I think Turkey Al Sheikh should say, thank you, appreciate it, but no. Thank you, but no. You know, and Dana White don't fool with no Mauricio Suleiman. I don't think he fooled with none of them governing bodies. And as y'all saw in the article, as I was reading, they ain't responded. So just like somebody you pursuing who ain't replying to your text messages or returning your calls, not interested. You know, um, and it's crazy with this Mauricio Suleiman character talking about rules and regulations. This guy don't even keep his own rules. These fighters popping, dirty left and right. They fail their A and B sample. The rules, based off regular regulations that y'all got in place. When a fighter cheats, he's suspended. He's stripped of his titles, removed from the rankings or dropped from the rankings or something like that. But y'all remixing y'all shit, so you know, um, why not do this other DJ shit, DJ Khaled shit, another one, remix and move on without y'all, man. You know, enough is enough, man. I have flamed this dude Mauricio Suleiman for I don't know how many years, and it's at a point where it's at a disgusting level, man. This dude is desperate to stay around and for his belts to survive, and I get it. He's really obsessed at this point because you got the Mexican Independence Day and all that stuff. So he's like, "How dare you, block me out of this situation?" But it's not your money, man. I could see if it was your money you put up for this event, for Canelo and Crawford, but you're not doing that. You're just trying to collect your percentages and show your face and your belts off, man. So with that much being said, I think Turkey Alice should just be thank you, but no, you know. And I got an opportunity to watch a little bit of the press conference between Canelo and Crawford, and I will say that they almost look this. They pretty much look the same size to me. Um, Canelo looked pretty slim down for this fight. He actually looked pretty damn slim in his last fight versus William Skull as well. So I don't know what's going on with that, man. But maybe maybe fight night he gonna be he'll hulk up or some shit. I don't know. But a couple of interesting things that stood out. I noticed Turkey Al Sheik, he was kind of glazing Canelo. He's sitting next to Canelo, and um, it's just a whole lot of glazing going on. But then also I noticed that before they did the face off or whatnot, Turkey said something like Dana White has a surprise, and he's going to be telling you guys about it right now. And then next thing you know, Dana White shuts that shit down. Pretty much, no, we're gonna face off the fighters. And so I'm like, what is this shit that Dana White got planned? Like, I don't know what it is, but it's something, And the way Turkey Al Sheik said it, he kind of said it in a I don't know, not a sarcastic kind of way, but it was a kind of strange, like it gave me a strange vibe. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, why you say it like that? You know? Yes, he is a surprise. He's gonna tell you guys now. You know, the temperament he had when he said it, I was like, oh, okay, what the hell y'all got in store? And I just hope that it's not something else to give Canelo an advantage. I'm like, how many more advantages y'all want to give Canelo, man? I mean, to me, it's just like it's disgusting at this point, man. It went from really, truthfully, we being honest with y'all. This is a cherry pick for Canelo, man. You know, this is a cherry pick. You picking a guy coming up multiple weight classes to face you. Cool. He's a pound for pound fighter. He's one of the, you know, one of the greatest fighters we've seen in this era. But it's still a cherry pick. It's just still a cherry pick, and this is your legacy and your ass on the line, Canelo. If Crawford get his ass whooped, people gonna be like he had no business being up there. If you get your ass whooped, you know, um, it's gonna be hall of shame for your ass, man. Because people gonna say you didn't cherry pick to the wrong cherry, and you went out like a hoe. You did, man. You ducked the mega fight that the boxing fans really wanted, which is David Benavidez. You cherry pick. You went and got fought Jaime McGee, Berlanga, and then now Bud. Like okay, man, do what you do, Canelo. Don't lose though. you getting, you getting your biggest payday of your career to face Bud Crawford. You know, I think you would have got a whole lot more to face David Benavidez because to me that's a bigger fight, despite what Bud Crawford told him about. This is the biggest fight in boxing. Benavidez and Canelo was the biggest fight in boxing, in my humble opinion. But hey, um, this is Canelo's path. Also interesting to the Boots Glazers. It's interesting that Canelo exposed him. Canelo exposed Jerron Boots Ennis. He basically, when they asked him, they said, how did that come about? How did the sparring come about with Boots Ennis, you and Boots Ennis? He basically put him out there. He said, "Well, I'm not going to say too much, but they called me. They called." That's all he needed to say. When he said Boots' team reached out to him That's all I needed to hear. I said, okay, all right. Now, if Canelo had reached out to him, then I can understand. Like, okay, all right, he reached out to you. It's still some whole ass shit. You don't need. You could have told him no. But if he reached out to you and you sparred him, okay, he reached out to you. But you reached out to him, dog. Which further tells me you a Bud Crawford hater, dog, and you over here you really trying to help Canelo beat Bud Crawford, man. Cause you just a hating ass nigga to me. That's how I look at Boots, bro. You could have got work any other time just to get some work. You could have called Canelo at any other time, bro. You're not calling Canelo. This you is not that worried about Lima Bean, this guy you about to fight. You know, you want to make sure you give Canelo some good looks to see Bud Crawford get the throne, so that people can start talking about you now. Stop talking about Bud Crawford. You on some sucker shit, Boots. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of your fanboys glazing you, man. You on some sucker shit. So, but Canelo exposed Boots with that. Um, you know what I'm saying? All in Canelo DMs and on some sucker shit. And maybe it will work out for Canelo, maybe not. You know, and yeah, I don't root for duckers, man. I don't root for duckers and cherry pickers. So I'm rooting for Bud Crawford. Um, I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't know, but you know, he looks extremely confident. You know, he looks strong. He looks ready. Canelo looks ready, but you know, I look at him, the same way Bob Arum look at him. He's just there to collect a check. You know, he's just there to get his check. You know, and he don't see a major threat. You know, a lot of people already feel in their mind. You know, Bud can't hurt Canelo, so at the worst, he just get outboxed for 12 rounds. He don't see himself getting hurt or knocked out. You know, so maybe he's okay with that. You know, even if he get humiliated for another 12 rounds, like versus Floyd and Bivol. Like if you get humiliated for 12, he's okay with that. He's been here before. You know, it's not this. It won't be his first rodeo. But as far as Bud Crawford, this is Bud Crawford's moment for me. You know, the way I'm looking at this shit. This is for Bud Crawford's legacy, for him to really separate himself from the pack. You know, become a three-time undisputed champion, do something that not a lot of people have been able to do, which is go up to multiple weight classes and challenge the top dog and win. You know, so we'll see. We'll definitely have to see, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be definitely tuned into this Netflix shit. But speaking of this glaze and shit that's been going on, man, what is DAZN and Riyadh or whatever? What is y'all's obsession with this guy Ryan, man? I noticed that inside the ring or something like that, whatever little segment y'all had Ryan Garcia up there on the podium with Max Kellerman and LaShawn Shady McCoy and somebody else. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, I could see Max in there. I'm not sure about the Shady McCoy shit. You know, he's a football player. Why is Ryan up there, man? Well, I still don't get it at this point, man. You know, I could see if he was coming off a win. I could see if he had kept his nose clean, you know, and you know, remain was a clean athlete and was really on some big champ shit. But what is the obsession with this Ryan Garcia shit, bro? I really don't get it, man. I don't get it, dog. It is nasty work, man. That y'all are still trying to make this guy relevant, man. Keep him in the good graces of boxing, the boxing world. For whatever reason, man. He don't care about that type of shit. He gonna find another way to screw it up. You know, this is nasty work. There's no reason why he should be sitting next to Max Kellerman. Oh, what he gonna be? He gonna do commentating now? He's gonna be a sports analyst? This is disgusting work, man. And Ryan was up there looking lost. I ain't even bother trying to even hear what he got to say. I'm just looking like, man, fuck this whole whatever shit y'all got with this inside the ring. Fuck that, because y'all got Ryan up there. Not interested. You know, weirdos, man. I don't get it. Whatever type of contract or whatever agendas y'all got with this Ryan shit, but I don't get it. The dude is a one nothing. He's never been world champ. This motherfucker just lost to Rolly, and he does PEDs, man. So what are we? I don't get it, man. Representation, imagery. Also, man, something else that stood out. Um, I caught some of Danny Garcia's interview with Akim Barak, and Akim Barak right on the zone. I forgot the name of their podcast or their segment or whatever. But anyway, they was interviewing Danny Garcia, talking about his career and investments, real estate, and loyalty to Al Heyman, and is he retired still? Is he coming back? PBC this, PBC that, and I was just like, man, dude, like all of these people, certain people like Danny, maybe he just made some smart investments, but everybody else from what I seen, they are jumping ship, man. And I don't know what type of hold, um, that Al Heyman have on these dudes, man. But it's been kind of strange, bro. It's been kind of strange. I know he did a lot for Floyd to get Floyd to a certain plateau, and I know that's what a lot of people look at, like, man, he took Floyd to the top. You know, but a lot of people on that side of the street is on a shelf, man. It's been shelf life promotions, bro. And I just be feeling sorry for a lot of these athletes over there because these dudes went hard body with this PBC shit for years, man. Dudes like, hey, you're on the wrong side of the street. Y'all on the wrong side of the street. Y'all did this wrong side of the street rhetoric for hella long, man. And now it is crickets, man. It's Death Valley. It is just empty. Is you can hear a pin drop when on that side of the street, man. Quiet as fuck. You know, it is crazy, man. What's going over there on the PBC side, man. And then you got, to me, when I seen Tank, when I seen the announcement of Tank and Jake Paul, I said, that's it, bro. That's over with. All y'all superstars from that y'all had over there, man. You know, it's over with. They either lost or it's been complete meltdown. Tank went out like a straight up hoe. You know, everybody in the world know he was supposed to rematch Lamont Roach. He was supposed to get that Roach rematch. What did he do? He ran from another rematch. He was supposed to. He should have rematched Pitbull. He ran from that rematch. He should have rematched Lamont Roach. You ran from that, man. You know, all them top stars, man, went out bad over there. Floyd was the only one who went out on top like that. The rest, man, y'all can miss me with it. Talk about that's the wrong side of the street, dog. Care what y'all say. Y'all could try to say, "Oh, he's a black dude. He's a black dude, though." We. Hey, that ain't good business going on over there. Not from what I see, dog. A lot of their careers is. Why these dudes leaving? If it's so great, why are dudes leaving? Jalil Hackett with Matchroom DAZN, and Wilder even ran over to fuck with Eddie Hearn after everybody shitted on DAZN and all that. Floyd even shitted on Cap, talking about, I never fuck with, DAZN and all that shit. Now these dudes over there begging, you know. DAZN got the plug, that's the plug to the freaking Riot bag and shit. Now dudes is desperately trying to get over there, man. River Visuals, what's up, dog? Yeah, man, Ryan. This came from the Mayweather gym in Vegas. It was badass. Mayweather helping out the community. All right. Flame of fame for Floyd helping out the community. Says I met Rolando Romero dad. Yeah, okay. But yeah, man. You know, Floyd, yeah, he need to just I mean, I just wish Floyd would have invested a lot of that energy in the fighters, man, on the stable. You know, somebody as great as Floyd, they had all these great fighters that you know came across the Mayweather stable, Mayweather side, and the PBC side, and a lot of them were able to keep them over there because whatever structures they got set up, you know, it ain't just really, you know, it's just like if it was a working formula, why they keep getting kicked off different networks? Why it's like seventh or eighth? They've been on like 7 or 8 different networks, man. You know, so when I look at that situation, it's just sad, man. I know Danny made some good investments, but I hope the rest of them made some good investments as well, man. Because it's just been a cold situation to look at. All that wrong side of the street shit, man. Dudes ain't even getting fights. They on the shelf, So I'm like, how y'all eating? Yeah, but yeah. So it's just been a lot of people that has been glazing. They did that with a lot of them PBC fighters, and then basically you seen them where they ended up. Cooked. Y'all see what happened to Spence? Cooked. There was a whole lot of glazing. Man down. Scrap season, strap season. Now, all the motherfuckers that was doing all that screaming and hollering, they ain't even nowhere to be found, dog. They don't even come out no more. We outside. Yeah, yeah. We outside. Now they inside. You know. Crazy. Crazy work. It's crazy how shit switch up. Deontay Wilder. Bar squad. Yeah. What they yelling now? Oh, that shit silent. Tell you that street is silent as fuck, man. That's one of the most peaceful streets, man. Sides of the street. That is a hell of a. That's the neighborhood you want to live in if you want some peace. That's a peaceful neighborhood. Ain't nothing going on over there. It's very quiet. Broner, Tank. Ain't nobody yelling shit over there, man. Shut that shit up. All the fanboys is quiet as fuck, body bagged. You know, um, ain't no fanboys survived over there, man. Be honest with you, I'm trying to think. Is any fanboys left on that side of the street that can be out here saying anything? You know, nope. It is on some silencio mode over there, fam. Um, who else, man? Speaking of also glazing, T.O. goofy ass also showed up. He's showing up too. I mean, after all the disrespect he did and all the ducking he didn't, all the turning down fights. You don't want to fight Devin. He been scared of Devin for whatever reason. You know, swear he a racist, but won't catch no fade with a black dude. So I'll be like, you a cornball. You a fake ass racist. How you gonna be if you're gonna be racist, be about that life. You know what I'm saying? Be about that life. You know what I'm saying? I don't like fake motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If you're a racist, okay, be racist. You know what I'm saying? If you're a boxer, a racist boxer, whoever you got a problem with, you should be willing to throw them hands with them. That's how I look at it. But all you doing is talking on social media, you know, and when they present a fight to you to throw hands with the dudes you hate and you turn it down, you a hoe. You's a sucker. And then you want to disrespect Turkey Al Sheik, you know, and then you want to keep showing up like somebody want to see you at that event, man. Get your ass move around somewhere. When I see guys like Ryan, T.O., you motherfuckers, man. And with the ducking you've been doing, T.O., you need to be inside too with the PBC. You need to go on the PBC side or something, you know. That ducking shit, yeah, you need to take that somewhere else, man. That ain't no Riyadh type shit. That's why they're not fucking with you, because you be ducking too much. You looking for another Australian or something to fight, man. Ain't no more Cambosis out there, fam. Matter of fact, that's who you need to fight. You need to run that fade back while you at it. Since you don't want to fight Devin Haney, you don't want to fight Richardson Hitchens, who just whooped Cambosis. Go fight Cambosis, man. You know what I mean? Go fight Cambosis, bro. I don't understand. Run that shit back. At this point, Cambosis will come up to matter of fact, he just fought here at 140. Fight Cambosis with your whole ass. Shit, you need to avenge that loss. Cause that was a horrible loss, man. Cambosis not shit. So for once catching this, man, y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all want to see Tio run that fight back with Cambosis. I do. I want to see if you actually better than him, because I don't know if you are. He whooped your ass the first time. You made a bunch of excuses about being your own nutritionist and some dumb shit. That's your dumb ass fault. So run it back, be healthy, do it the right way, and we'll see if you really better than him. Because um, I'm not convinced you better than Cambosis. I'm not convinced you better than Sandor Martin, because I thought he whooped your ass too. Jermaine Ortiz, you not all that, man. All these old close ass fights you done had, and all the ducking you've been doing, yeah, man. You a hype job too. You're a two-time lineal. I give you that. But you fought a Josh Taylor who was supposed to been going up in weight. Fucking weight, super weight drained ass Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor was just scared of that smoke at 47. So he hung around at 40 too long. And shout out to you. You got the opportunity to fight him when he was pretty much at his weakest form. You know? But you a hotel. You don't even need to be at that event. You know what I'm saying? But back to the ultimate glazer, Mauricio Suleiman. You're pathetic, man. TKO, Dana White, Chucky Sheik with the Riyadh season, they're within their rights to um, block y'all, man. Keep y'all outside the events, man. We don't need the WBC and all that shit no more, man. You know, y'all have had y'all time, y'all have collected y'all fees, and with all the fees y'all have collected, y'all have done nothing to help the sport grow and go to another level. You haven't, man. I've seen y'all block certain fighters. I've seen y'all discriminate. I've seen you guys not want to do undisputed for whatever y'all little agendas and shit. I've seen y'all not order mandatories when it should be ordered. I've seen you guys not elevate, you know, um, you know, do terrible shit with rankings. Rank dudes coming off losses, knockout losses, then they get title shots in the next fight. Sebastian Fundora. Like, it's dumb shit, bro. It's really dumb shit. So there needs to be a new order in boxing, because the order of these alphabet letter governing bodies, man, y'all suck. Y'all suck, man. Y'all suck. And y'all's the way y'all doing the shit, man. Um, Mauricio, in particular, you're biased, man. You're biased to your countrymen. You let off two countrymen this year who failed their A and B samples for performance enhancing drugs, man. And you've done nothing to show that you have integrity and to show that you're honest, that you have good intentions and that you're fair in your governing body. You have proved that you're not fair. You have proved that you're biased to Mexicans, Hispanic people. You have proved that, man. I'm just one of the few people bold enough to say that shit, because everybody else is tiptoeing around the truth. Well, I'm not tiptoeing around shit. You're a piece of shit, Mauricio Suleiman. Everybody that keeps supporting you and think that you're doing a good job, they're dumb as hell. They're dumb as hell. You're a corrupt piece of shit. Um, and you don't need to be involved with the Riyadh season at all, man. I get it. It's the Mexican Independence Day, but you don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? You can party and show your belts in the streets, man, on social media or some shit. You know what I mean? You have been in plenty events, man. You have made plenty commemorative belts, and now you're trying to put statues together with your belts on it. Have several seats, man. Have several seats. And y'all know how I give it up before I go. Before I give it up, before I go, flame of shame to your goofy ass, man. You're begging at this point. You're begging. Crying a river about it's in the rules in the regulation. Shut your dumb ass up. You don't even keep the rules and uphold the regulations of your own governing body, man. So have a seat. If people want to remix and change the rules up, then so what? You change the rules up too. You know. So yeah, man. I hope that this statue isn't all it takes to win this guy's favor. You know. I feel like you need to do better than that. But I don't think there's anything that this waste of space can do to gain favor with Dana White. I know Dana White is not fucking with this sloppy idiot right here, Mauricio Suleiman. You know, but yeah, man, I'm tired of seeing that goofy shit. Every time somebody win, he want to rush over to them, put this T-shirt on, and throw the belt. Like, no, move, hot breath ass, get your ass off me. It's cringe. You know, this guy's whatever, man. So hopefully they move on from these governing bodies because all y'all have been led by Mauricio. Y'all ain't been standing on integrity. Y'all have been standing on checks, man. Y'all been chasing these sanctioning fees, and that's why y'all been favoring uh the popular fighters because they bringing y'all the most return, man. So with that much being said, flame of shame to you corrupt governing bodies, and I hope this is it for y'all. I hope this is the end of chapter of WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF, man. It's been a good journey, but it's over. Hopefully, hopefully this is it. And if y'all continue, hopefully it's on a low level. These little champ shit, contenders and shit, they can fight for y'all belts. But if you want some big champ shit, Ring Magazine and Undisputed Belt. You know what I mean? Real season promotions. You know what I mean? But I'm interested to see playback. I'm interested to see what Dana White is gonna be pulling off. Hopefully it ain't to give Canelo another advantage because he's already a hoe. He's already trying to get advantages. He's fighting a smaller guy coming up. What else do you need, man? And you probably got some few PEDs in you or some shit, for all we know. With all the damn people popping in your damn camp. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, that's all I got for this one. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna tune in to the weigh in, and tomorrow, man, we might have a little surprise for y'all. Might have some live commentary, so you just never know. UDC might give y'all that live stream work tomorrow for the commentary. So y'all let me know on the playback if y'all want to see that happen, man. But I'm the Black Horseman. Catch y'all on the next one. Outro.